The National Pension Commission, PENCOM, the regulatory body of the pension industry in Nigeria, is saddled with the responsibility of making sure that operators comply with the laid-down regulation and guidelines. They are also saddled with the enforcement of those regulations. Hello and welcome to Pension Matters. My name is Princess Rabi Ibrahim. I'm so glad to have you join us today. Today on the program we'll be talking about enforcement and compliance. So, for details of this and more, stay with us as the program will continue shortly.
Do you know there is a new pension scheme in Nigeria? It is mandatory, it is contributory, it is fully funded, based on individual retirement savings account. Under the supervision of the National Pensions Commission, the new pension scheme guarantees lifelong financial independence for every citizen of Nigeria in public or private employment. PENCOM says it's a new dawn. Call the National Pensions Commission now or log on to www.pencom.gov.ng for further details. PENCOM, your contribution counts.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, the program is Pension Matters. It's time now to join Adanze to tell us what is trailing in the pension industry. Adanze, is over to you.
Thank you very much, Princess. Hello viewers, welcome to Pension Trail. I am Adanze Okorocha. First, DG PENCOM added another feather to her cap. The Director General of the National Pension Commission, Mrs. Chinelo Anohamazo, was recognized recently in Abuja for her visionary and emphatic leadership contribution in the pension industry and Nigeria as a whole. Mrs. Chinelo received an award of excellent, visionary and emphatic leader from the Nigeria Trade Union Congress, TUC, in Abuja. In her acceptance speech, Mrs. Chinelo said that the Commission is committed to the welfare of Nigerian workers and ensuring that the pension industry contributes to the national development.
As board members of the National Pension Commission, we're quite honored to be one of the awardees as we continue in our collective quest to make the workers' life a little lot better.
Secondly, over 73,000 companies subscribe to CPS. The National Pension Commission said that the total number of companies that embrace the contributory pension scheme is 73,403 and that 43,918 of them have complied with the provisions of Pension Reform Act of 2014. PENCOM noted that about 7 million employees working with public and private sector employers have registered with pension fund administrators for the management of their pension contributions. PENCOM maintained that the sum of 79.16 billion naira has been computed as the arrears of 15% pension increase owed to 79,961 federal government retirees under the contributory pension scheme. Lastly, PENCOM holds 2016 pre-retirement workshop. The National Pension Commission organized an annual pre-retirement workshop for the prospective retirees in the contributory pension scheme in Abuja. While addressing the prospective retirees, the Director General of PENCOM through Mr. Olunana said that the workshop is organized to educate the intending retirees. She stated that the Commission has finalized the arrangement to commence the verification of 14,000 people who will be retiring in the year 2017 from the public service. She urged them to participate with all the enrollment exercise so as to enable the Commission to assess their information correctly and work out the accrued rights due retiring officer at retirement. That's our package on Pension Trail today. Let's get back to Princess.
Thank you very much, Adanze, for telling us what has been trailing in the pension industry this week. Viewers, the program is Pension Matters, and it's time for our up-close segment. In our up-close segment today, I will be discussing with Mr. Mohammed Dati Yola. Mohammed Dati Yola is the head, compliance and enforcement at the National Pension Commission, PENCOM. Sir, welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
It's good to have you.
It's good to have you too.
Thank you very much. Now, the Pension Reform Act of June 2004 was amended in year 2014, and it states clearly that if you have 3 staff or more, you must payroll them for pension. So I don't know what the National Pension Commission is doing to the private sectors who are not doing as stipulated by this law?
The National Pension Commission has instituted two mechanisms through which it ensures compliance by the private sector, and these two basic mechanisms are through the the PFAs, Pension Fund Administrators.
Okay.
They are required by law to render returns to us monthly on those employers that are remitting pension and those that are not. And through that mechanism, we are able to sift out employers that are not remitting their employees' pension contribution, and through that, we now send what we call recovery agents to go to the premises of these employers to ensure that they actually remit the pension contribution. The second mechanism which has worked for the National Pension Commission is through the Public Procurement Commission, through which it is mandatory for any contractor seeking to work for the federal government to comply with the Pension Reform Act. And through this mechanism, you must produce a compliance certificate issued by the National Pension Commission.
This compliance certificate that is issued by the National Pension Commission, at what stage and how can it be obtained by any contractor that want to do business with the federal government of Nigeria?
Well, the process of obtaining compliance certificate is open and transparent, in that the requirements for getting the compliance certificate is just for you to show evidence that you are complying with the Pension Reform Act 2014.
Now, the issue of having 3 staff or more becoming a must for rolling them for pension, how do the Commission checkmate erring private companies who have more than 5 to 10 staff, and maybe they payroll only about 3, leaving 7? Do you have a mechanism to checkmate that?
Well, really the only mechanism we have, like I have told you, is to check through your previous remittance records, given that the Pension Reform Act 2014 was preceded by the Pension Reform Act 2004. So it means the contributory pension scheme has run for 10, 11 years.
Yes.
So through the review of records, when you come to us for compliance certificate, we check and ensure that previous records did indicate that you have the correct number of employees.
What is the National Pension Commission doing to make sure that the informal sector are part of this laudable pension scheme introduced in 2004 and amended in 2014?
So thank you for that question again, Madam. And this is an area that is of great interest to the Commission,
yes,
in the sense that majority of workers are in the informal sector, and if the Commission is able to get the informal sector to key in into the contributory pension scheme, it means we'll attain greater coverage. So first and foremost, the Commission has done preliminary work in that it has studied, it has visited countries like Kenya, where this informal sector contribution is quite successful, and then it has also read literature on the informal sector and has come up with a guideline, a draft guideline, which it hopes to issue, and through that ensure that this segment of the economy is captured into the contributory pension scheme?
I'm very particular about the, incorporation of the informal sector into the contributory pension scheme. But I have to stop here now. We'll take a short break. We'll come back. I'll have some questions for you on the issue of capturing the informal sector into the contributory pension scheme. Viewers, the program is Pension Matters, if you're just joining us. And today I'm discussing with the head of Compliance and Enforcement Department at the National Pension Commission. He'll be able to take us through the process of making sure that the National Pension Commission are working hard to bring the informal sector into the contributory pension scheme. We'll take a short break now. We'll come back. Mr. Dati will give us more insight. Don't go away.
Do you know there is a new pension scheme in Nigeria? It is mandatory, it is contributory, it is fully funded, based on individual retirement savings account. Under the supervision of the National Pensions Commission, the new pension scheme guarantees lifelong financial independence for every citizen of Nigeria in public or private employment. PENCOM says it's a new dawn. Call the National Pensions Commission now or log on to www.pencom.gov.ng for further details. PENCOM, your contribution counts.
Welcome back, viewers. Mr. Dati, before the break, I was going to ask you, can you tell us the level of work that had been done by the National Pension Commission towards making sure that the informal sector become part of this contributory pension scheme?
Well, like I have mentioned, the National Pension Commission has come up with a draft guideline on the informal sector, and it has also engaged the pension fund administrators who will be saddled with the implementing of these guidelines. In addition, it has gone further to give prominence to the informal sector by creating a new department called Micro Pension Department, which is going to be saddled with ensuring that the informal sector keys into the contributory pension scheme.
We have a situation whereby some employers, they leave the burden of pension contribution only to the employees. That is both the 10% and the 8% that the employee is supposed to pay. They lump everything together, making a total amount of 18%, and they allow only the employee to pay that contribution. So how do Commission address issues like this?
Well, the Commission addresses such issue through checking the records rendered to it by the pension fund administrators, where the level of funding of RSA is showing through the returns submitted by these PFAs.
Yes.
Then, secondly, the employees themselves feel shortchanged, and a lot of them do write to the National Pension Commission. And like I have also mentioned, so through the instrument of the recovery agents, who are agents of the Commission, if we engage the employer through moral suasion, through letters, he has not been able to listen, then we now send the recovery agents to their premises, and there they go and check their records and actually establish the level of remittance or non-remittance, and where there is non-remittance, impose the appropriate penalty as specified in the Act on those erring employees.
In remitting this money to the pension fund administrator is done by the office. Is it by the employer?
It is done by the employers to the custodians of
the
pension fund administrator.
Good. If that is done, I, as an employer, I can decide to remit 10%. I'll market that is my remittance for the employer, for the employee, sorry.
Yes.
And then I will also remit another 8%. I will market remittance from the employee. Is there a mechanism that National Pension Commission can use to find out that if you receive remittance of 18%, that this 18% is coming directly from both the employer and the employee? Because all you need to get is 18%, but we don't know how you can find out whether the 18% is coming from both sides, that is the employer and the employee.
No, the mechanism is really the employee himself.
Okay.
The employee receives his retirement savings account statement every quarter. Mm-hmm. This is mandated by the law.
Sure.
And once he checks his statement and discovers that only his own portion is remitted, he will definitely complain to the National Pension Commission.
Mr. Dati, this is very, very easy in the public sector. But in the private sector, the fear of terminating one's appointment can even make you to keep quiet.
No, that's what I have told you. So we have two mechanisms. If where the employee fails to report, the commission has divided all the companies that are contributing pension of their employees into the contributory pension among the recovery agents.
Okay.
So even if the employee, for fear of being victimized, fails to report, the recovery agents in the long run
can find out.
Will find out.
Now that is another point I'm going to right now. You just mentioned to me when I asked you my previous question that when you want to do business or contract with a federal government agency or company, any of the MDAs, that you need to produce your compliance paper. That's the only way they can find out whether this company is remitting, payrolling the staff for pension. Supposing I'm not doing contract with federal government agency and I have 5 to 10 staff working for me in my company, so I can just go on not remitting pension or not payrolling them for pension?
Well, for now, really, given the size of the number of employees and even the staffing level at the commission, so it may not be easy to cover the entire country. So that is why the commission has come up with the recovery agency by appointing them as agents to go and check the records of these employers that are really recalcitrant. And this effort has paid off. Since the recovery agents came in 2012, what has been recovered as unlimited pension contribution is in the tune of 9 billion, which will not have been remitted into the contributory pension scheme, but for these recovery agents.
For lack of time, I could have loved to ask you how the recovery agents operate, but I'm glad my director have just told me that I can bring you back next week to ask you more questions. Then I will chip in a question on how the recovery agents operate and who are the recovery agents. Mr. Dati, thank you for coming to the program today. We appreciate your being here.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you too, madam.
Viewers, the program has been Pension Matters, and it's time now for us to join Mr. Patrick on pension education. Mr. Patrick, take it away.
Thank you very much, Princess. Hello, viewers. Welcome to this week's pension education segment. My name is Igbo Patrick. This week we shall continue with the team members by discussing about the pension fund administrators. The Pension Reform Act 2014 actually provides that the National Pension Commission will be responsible for the licensing and regulating of the industry with regards to the pension fund administration. To that effect, licensed PFAs were given the opportunity to operate within the industry. As we speak, we have over 15 licensed pension fund operators within the industry. Their role is basically to ensure the smooth operation of the pension funds, enroll or register or open accounts for the employees within the various sectors of the industry as regards the pension fund, contributory pension fund. Now, the PFA is solely responsible and is to deal directly with every employee. To this effect, the employee is expected to open a retirement savings account with the PFA of her choice or his choice. Once this is done, the PFA generates what is known as a retirement savings account pension identification number, referred to as PIN number generally by most people within the industry, but it's actually known as the retirement savings account pension identification number. Once this number has been issued to you, the PFA is expected to notify the employee in question. And once this is done, it is transmitted either via text or through a letter welcoming you on board. It is expected that you, in turn, reach out to your employer via your human resources or personnel department by furnishing them with the PIN, because the PIN is a unique identity that enables the pension fund administrator to be able to differentiate you from the next employee. When contributions are made on your behalf, it is this account that is credited on your behalf and is managed by the pension fund administrator. The pension fund administrator sole responsibility is also to ensure that the funds under his or under their management is properly invested based on the guidelines issued by the National Pension Commission with regards to investment of pension funds. And this in turn yields a return on investment that accrues to the account. The PFAs actually deal directly with the employee, but the employer also has a responsibility to ensure that all funds remitted or paid in are actually reflected in the accounts of the employees. Next week, we shall continue and get you to understand better the other roles of the pension fund administrators. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Patrick, for that pension education. I'm sure our viewers have been able to learn something new from today's pension education. Viewers, on that note, we'll come to the end of our program for today. That's our package of pension matters for this week. Don't forget to tune in next week, same station and same time, for another exciting episode of Pension Matters. Until then, I remain yours, Rabi Ibrahim. Enjoy your weekend.